Star Wars fans, it's Drew Kaplan, Star Wars Maven. I'm excited to talk about this new High Republic publishing push that Lucasfilm Disney Press is doing, starting with Light of the Jedi, which comes out January 5th, and it takes place centuries before the Phantom Menace, anything really that we've seen on screen. We've never seen anything this far back. How many centuries before the Phantom Menace? It's unclear, but it's maybe 2, 3, 4 centuries beforehand. Now, a little bit unsurprisingly, who is centuries old and appears in this book? Yoda. He gets mentioned a couple times, plays zero significant role in the book, but just to give us a sense that this is the same Star Wars universe, connecting us even back to the original trilogy with this character. Now, a couple other familiar Jedi that appear on screen are Oberyn Sissis and Yarel Poof. If those names don't sound familiar, they are both sitting on the Jedi High Council in The Phantom Menace. So there's a little bit further continuity, even though those two Jedi have no significant role to play in this book. We do see a familiar name pop up, the Santekkas. Now, if that name sounds kind of familiar, Lor San Tekka was the old man at the very beginning of The Force Awakens who was traveling around the galaxy, and these Santekkas, it's a nice piece of retconning, basically developed the hyperspace lanes for the Republic. And I don't know that it's so recent. It might have been done within the century prior to the events in this book, but it's still relatively new. And an incident occurs at the very outset of the book that happens in hyperspace that basically is disastrous. It's a catastrophic event that takes countless lives, and the Santekkas are consulted. Is this safe? Now, that really is the big issue of the book. Is hyperspace travel safe? Because the core worlds are expanding to really the frontiers, as it were, of the Outer Rim. And so that really is the ship that breaks apart at the very outset, carries a lot of basically settlers who want to move out to the frontier from the crowded core worlds to the more spacious Outer Rim worlds that are ripe for settling. So that is sort of the basic setup. We do have Jedi. Jedi is right there in the title. And I've mentioned some Jedi who we are familiar with from on screen, but we get a lot of new Jedi we have never met before. We're exposed to some really cool powers. They also have ships, specialized both landcraft ship, like things they can drive, as well as they have their own special spaceships. Now, both the landcraft and the spacecraft are powered by the Force. They use their own Force abilities, which is really neat. And for weapon systems, the way that they engage them to even turn them on separately from turning on the ships is by inserting their lightsaber. And so what they say is you have to really be intentional if you want to use such Force, which is really clever. Now, a big piece of the aesthetic of the book is we have Chancellor Linso. Now, the Chancellor of the Republic is not the where we see it in the Phantom Menace and really the rest of the prequel trilogy. It's not in such a bad space. People are not so cynical about the Republic and the Chancellor's role within the Republic. People actually take Chancellor Linso and what her vision for the Republic brings. People are invested in it. And she has a motto that gets repeated by characters throughout the entire work, which is a 5-word motto: we are all the Republic. That's something that plays throughout the entire book. We are all the Republic. Now, it's voiced and non-cynically, which is really fascinating. It is voiced, it's articulated non-cynically. People say it sincerely as a point of solidarity in what the Republic is doing, as well as just having a sense of unity and really wanting to work together to make things work right. And it's actually even used mockingly by the antagonists of the book. We're all the Republic, right? So they kind of use that as almost a weapon against our protagonists in the book. So that's really a sense of it. If you want to get a sense of where this book is taking place, it's a time of relative peace. It's a time of expansion, and there's also this project that keeps getting mentioned throughout of this special space station that's out sort of in the Outer Rim that will help communications relays, also be a place where there will be a large Jedi temple, not as large as the one in Coruscant, but basically a projection of power from the High Republic pushing out into the Outer Rim. So that's the big project that's underway and about to open, about to launch, about to start being operational. So that's what the book's leading up to. So we have these various things. We're also introduced to this antagonist. I'm not going to say anything more. I really want to keep this spoiler free, so I'm not going to go into the antagonist, but it should be an interesting set of further books, both with involving the antagonist and seeing where the High Republic goes from here. So in sum, it's a time where the Jedi are working nicely, where the High Republic is in a non-cynical place, and this Chancellor has many great works, a great vision, and people are not cynical about the Republic. We are all the Republic. All right, well, thank you so much for watching.